Always make sure the workspace temperature is between 60 and 75 degrees. And for tools, you'll need a microfiber towel, clay bar, a soap and water solution, a dedicated degreaser, masking tape, and perhaps knifeless tape, a squeegee with a buffer, a tucking tool, magnets, application glove, a polisher for the final wrap. There's a basic instruction guide that comes in the kit, and be sure to pay attention to the sticker on how to remove the hood panel from the tube. The first step is to clean the hood. Spray it with a soap and water solution and be extra thorough during this process. Next, spray the hood again and go over it with a clay bar and then remove the soapy residue. Open up the hood and clean the edges. It is very important to make sure the edges are not only cleaned, but degreased for long-term hold. Once the hood is clean the main surface area again with a degreaser. Again, be extra thorough as cleaning is very important for long-term hold. Spray generously and wipe with overlapping strokes. Now the hood is ready to be wrapped, and the first step is to open up the panel on the hood and remove excess material at the top. This will make the install much easier. Next, place magnets directly in the middle. This is called a temporary hinge. Flip the panel over, then release the backing paper. Make sure the adhesive side is facing up and doesn't fold on itself. Once pulled halfway, cut the backing paper away with scissors. Flip the panel over carefully so it doesn't fold on itself. Then lightly lay the panel to even out the wrinkles. A good way to do this is pull towards either corner. Here pulling towards the top, and then here pulling towards the bottom. The next step is to remove the magnets. Once the magnets are removed, with the free hand on the backing paper side, push the material so it goes fully glass or no wrinkled, and lock the panel onto the surface with one squeegee stroke. Pull lightly towards the front and continue the squeegee stroke as far as possible before wrinkles begin. If there are no wrinkles on the material, this means it can be squeegeed onto the surface. Always be sure to use firm, overlapping squeegee strokes and keep the squeegee angle at 45 degrees. Pay attention to if the air builds up, and if air does build up, the material can be picked back up off the surface and continue to be squeegeed on. A good tip is to squeegee the main surface towards the body line. Then, once the body line is set, do the other half of the hood first before taking the film to the outside edge. Keep the liner on as it's flipped over, then release the entire liner, and for safety, always place the liner underneath the vehicle. Pull towards either corner, just like for the first half. This will remove all the wrinkles on the film. Make sure all the wrinkles are pulled nice and even towards the front. Once there are no wrinkles on the surface, simply squeegee the material on the hood in the same manner. For the sides, simply pull nice and firm to the front corner, and then pull nice and firm to the upper corner. This will even out the material, and then it can be squeegeed towards the side. Always make sure you do a long horizontal stroke and then run a finger on the edge to seal the edge so it's set up for cutting. There may be scratches on the surface, and depending on the vinyl that was chosen, in this case 3M 2080, it does come with a cap sheet. Take masking tape to loosen the cap sheet from the film and then pull the cap sheet off. The scratches were on the cap sheet and not on the hood material. Always be sure to recycle the cap sheet. Now the material is in perfect condition and cutting can begin. The corners should always be done first. Pick the material up from the outside edge, add heat to soften the material around the corner, and keeping the material from touching the opposite side, tuck it behind the corner. This will get full coverage. Run a finger on one edge to round the material, cut the corner first, roughly 1 inch on either side. Once the corner is cut, then the flat edge can be cut towards the corner. Here the material is being cut on the opposite side, the fender side, which gives 1/4 of an inch of material that will be wrapped around underneath the hood. This will ensure full coverage and hold. Remove the excess film, pulling away from the hood, and once the excess film has been removed, add heat to soften the film and squeegee it under the corner and if there's any body lines first. Once the corner and body line are done, then using application glove, round the material behind the edge with the heat, softening the film, and with the sides done, for the front, cut on the bumper side. This will allow 1/4 inch of film to be wrapped underneath the front of the hood. Always be sure to lift the film up high and away from the vehicle so when cutting the excess film, there's no chance of the blade damaging the vehicle. Once all the excess film has been removed, open the hood slightly, run a finger to round the material at the front before fully grabbing it. This will avoid the material folding on itself. And if there is any excess film, like here on the front corner, add heat to soften the film and always form the corners first. Use an application glove to round the film at these areas. Once the film is rounded, the material can be cut flush to the side of the hood. For body angles at the upper section, add heat to soften the film so it doesn't wrinkle, then form it in with an application glove or squeegee. Once the front is done, then simply just go around all the edges with heat to make sure the film has fully wrapped around and sealed for long-term hold. And now we are into the post-install, and the first step is to go over the entire hood with a heat gun. This is to check for bubbles and self-heal any scratches caused by the squeegee. And the final step is to spray it with this coating, which will help increase the shine and protect it from dirt. For any more questions on how to install a hood with Rvinyl material, you can go to rvinyl.com.